Hello everyone, my name is Jung and I'm come from class 12A2. The purpose of my presentation is to introduce traditional Vietnamese opera tuồng to you. Before going to my project, I will have three big contents. The first one is the origin and historical development of tuồng. The second is the distinctive feature of tuồng opera, and the last content is the value and the significance of tuồng. Now let's move to the first part, the origin and historical development of tuồng. About the origin, tuồng, also known as hát bội, is a distinctive traditional theatrical art form of Vietnam. It originated from long-standing folk art traditions, closely connected to the cultural and spiritual life of Vietnamese people. Although there are no historical documents that record the exact time of its emergence, many scholars believe that tuồng began to take shape and develop strongly around the 17th century, particularly during the later Lê dynasty. During its formation, tuồng was influenced to some extent by Chinese classical opera through historical and cultural exchange. However, Vietnamese artists did not adopt the element mechanically. Instead, they selectively adapted and creatively transformed them to suit Vietnamese aesthetics by strategy and cultural values. This creative process can be seen in tuồng scripts, performance language, music, dance movement, costumes, and facial makeup. In theory, tuồng was mainly performed in a royal court, serving kings and the aristocracy. Over time, it gradually spread to the general public and became a popular form of cultural entertainment in villages, temples, and traditional festivals, especially in the central and southern Vietnam. Through a long process of development and standardization, tuồng evolved into the classical theatrical art form with a distinctive style reflecting Vietnamese cultural identity and national spirit. About historical development, from 17th to 18th centuries, traditional Vietnamese opera tuồng began to gain widespread recognition, especially in royal courts and in regions influenced by Chinese culture. In 19th century, tuồng flourished with the creativity of Vietnamese artists, particularly in plays recounting historical stories and national heroes. In 20th century, tuồng faced many challenges from Western art forms, but it maintained its vitality and underwent improvements in costumes, music, and performance techniques. Now let's move to part 2, distinctive features of tuồng. The first one is about facial makeup. The main character types in tuồng include kép, tướng, đào, đào võ, lão, and others, each with its own distinctive style of facial makeup. Although tuồng makeup may resemble Chinese Peking opera at first glance, its patterns and symbolic meanings are clearly different. Common makeup colors include white, red, blue, and black. A white face represents calmness and refinement, while a red face symbolizes intelligence and bravery. Striped faces indicate bad temper. Slanted black eye designs often represent traders or fierce warriors. Mutual faces symbolize flattery and deceit, and blow-shaded faces represent cowardly characters. The next one is music. Music in tuồng plays an important role in expressing characters' personalities and emotions, guiding dance movements and creating the stage atmosphere. Rhythm and melody help the audience follow the development of the story, distinguish between good and evil, and highlight the artistic and ideological values of tuồng performances. Fast, powerful trumpets are used in battle scenes to convey the heroic spirit, strength, and determination of mature characters. Slow and deep drum rhythms appear in sad, reflective, or tragic scenes, helping to express the inner pain and emotional struggle. High resonant sounds of horns and guns often accompany the appearance of important characters, creating a solemn and authoritative atmosphere. The last one is performance style. Tuồng performance is highly symbolic and stylized, focusing on gestation rather than realistic representation. Hand gesture are strictly codified. Raised and extended arms express authority or heroic spirit. Gentle and controlled hand movements convey grace and proper manners. Tuồng also make use of symbolic props. For example, whips, swords, and spears are not only weapons but also represent power and social status. Fans are used by scholarly characters to symbolize wisdom and calmness, and common flags represent authority in battle scenes. With only a few symbol props combined with expressive movement, tuồng performances can vividly portray vast spaces and complex situations on the stage. And the last part is about cultural significance. Tuồng is not only a traditional form of theatrical entertainment but also an important cultural heritage of Vietnam. One of its greatest values lies in preserving and passing down traditional and moral principles. Through stories of historical figures and legendary heroes, tuồng promote virtues such as loyalty, filial piety, righteousness, courage, and patriotism, which reflect the ethical foundations of Vietnamese society. In addition, Tuồng play a vital role in preserving national history and cultural identity. Many performances are based on historical events, legends, and classical literature, allowing audience to understand the past in a vivid and emotional way. The unique combination of music, dance, costume, and facial makeup, and symbolic movement conveys deep cultural and historical message beyond works. Despite facing challenges in modern society, Tuồng remains a valuable artistic treasure. Preserving and promoting this traditional art form is essential to maintaining Vietnamese cultural diversity and passing its cultural values on to future generations. Thank you for listening.